Well, hello YouTube. In the last tutorial, with the help of this source code, we did extraction, usage of elements inside the array. It was just direct printing on a screen. So let's reuse this piece of code to actually flush elements inside the array. Okay, so this was hard-coded situation in the last tutorial, and now we are going to put stuff with the scanf method inside. So let me see what I need to do here. Okay, I'm gonna delete all these numbers, we don't need them. So this is our Blanco empty array, 2 rows, 4 columns. We're gonna need x and y a little bit later when we are printing stuff. So this piece of code will remain intact pretty much. I don't want to confuse myself, so I'm gonna remove this piece of comment like manual extraction. And what about data insertion? Well, actually I'm going to print whole this thing up here, okay, after we create a Blanco array, because we are going to need it, and a little bit of just comment like vertical differentiation because I don't want to confuse myself. So when we are entering stuff, we don't need to print stuff, so I don't need this piece of code, if statement, absolutely not necessary. And now we need to change this thing. So this piece of code must tell end user to enter element by element until we reach end of two-dimensional array. How we are going to do that? So let's have this thing right here, like enter value for that specific number array. Number array, and then inside we're gonna have placeholders like %d for x and %d for y. And of course now we need to concatenate that in a moment of time with x and y when we are grabbing it. Why do we have this option at all? Because this is what we set at the first place. So this line is for rows and this line is for columns. And when you combine them, you get like a GPS coordinates of every of those elements inside a two-dimensional array. So this is just printing stuff on a screen, what need to be typed, and now we are going to get those things. So this is information for end user, and now scanf method, and this time we are grabbing of course only one integer. So this is just printing those positions, and now we are grabbing full element. And what is the target here? Well, target must be that thing, number array, okay. We do use ampersand here because this is basically pointer, and now also x and y. So this is way how to see on a screen what we need to type for a specific coordinate, and this is way how to flush x and y's, that specific dot in array, like real element into real position right here that we have through x and y's. I think this will work like without too much change here. Okay, let me change this to printing, and this thing will be insertion, insertion of elements into the array. Right, let me flush this down there. Now I do have x and y, this will work for this and also for printing, but we can also change this to a or b or some other character because maybe it's confusing for some people. But x here and x here are different things, like they do have different scope. This is for this for loop and this is for this for loop. So let me actually test this. Enter value for number, okay, number array 0, 0. So these are positions. This is not a real number yet. These are just printing of positions where we need to provide the real values. So let's do something simple like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And guys, now when I press enter, see, now we are in next row. And this was row 0, and now we are into row 1. Okay, so let's proceed with 5, with 6, with 7 and 8, and there you go. So that's pretty much it. So our code works. Now some people are maybe confused. So here I'm gonna say also that, well, let me put this on one line, A and B. Okay, now these A and B, actually I'm gonna put it right here because they are primary stuff. So this A and B will be for getting stuff in insertion. Did I type that? Insertion of elements. Did I type that correctly? I think I did. And this was for extraction or printing. Right, so let me change these things. Okay, right here, this must be A and A and A. This is for rows, and B will be for columns. And that's it. Oh, yeah, I need to change this order here. B, and also right here and right here. Rest of the stuff will remain absolutely same. So let me run this code, and the situation will be absolutely same. Enter value for number 0, 0. I mean, these are positions, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and next row 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. I'm using these simple numbers one after another up till 10 because they are simple. You don't need to mentally think about them, but of course you can use any other number. So let's actually do that. Let's like have, I don't know, like 5 and 15 and 200 and 525. So these are in the first row. And now what about second row? Well, I'm gonna fulfill it with 0. Why not? Just to play around. And there you go, see? So probably you get that difference. Right, very simple stuff. Yeah, if you're confused with this, I will not explain in this tutorial what this means. I have that in the last tutorial when we were very detailedly extracted all of these things in a hard-coded array. But that was in the last tutorial, guys, in the last tutorial. I don't want to repeat myself, because it doesn't make sense. So yeah, we do have this line because here we are printing. Okay, so we are printing when we reach row 1. So this is just for visual reasons. There it was. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it in this tutorial. Subscribe if you didn't. Share this channel with other people. You're gonna help them, you're gonna help me to boost this channel. And thank you for watching. See you next one. Ciao, ciao.